morning everyone, this is Crypto at 9 and I'm back with another VIP video for you guys. So in this video, I'm going to be covering TradingView, how I set up set alerts, how I monitor coins on a watch list, and how I compare them as well. So yeah, so basically this was recommended actually by another VIP member a couple of weeks back. They said to me it would be good to see obviously how I use TradingView, what tools do I use, how do I do my watch list, how I set alerts. And I think this is a video that's been long overdue, and obviously might be quite useful for everyone that's using TradingView, and obviously how to use it, etc. So yeah, so let me just quickly cover the main stuff about TradingView, obviously the tools that I use, etc. So on this left hand side here that I'm highlighting, these are the main tools that I use. For example, here that's the trend line. I use the trend line. I use the horizontal ray when I'm doing supports and resistances, arrows, etc. And then there's loads of other tools here that you can play around with, that you obviously can use. This is another one I was using the other day. It's called a parallel channel. You do that. I can act like a flag, for example, like that. You can add that there. So yeah, so there's different type of tools. I see the best way to use them is just to play around with them, see what you like, see what you don't like, etc. On here, I mainly use the fib retracement, probably my most popular tool actually on there. The other ones you can use if you really want to, but again, it don't need a million tools to be good at the job of doing technical analysis. You just need to use main tools that suit the type of trader that you are. On the next one, you've got the brush, the highlighter, the path are quite useful quite often. The rectangle, which I draw these areas here, ellipse where I draw circles, etc., and the curves. On this one, it's just the normal text that I really use. Nothing crazy. Here, this is where you start using the more complicated patterns. The XABCD pattern, the ABCD pattern, Elliott waves, circle lines, etc. But again, have a play around with it, try learn those tools, and obviously I'll try to cover as much as I can. And on the next one is, I use this quite often. I use a long position when I'm placing a long, for example. If I wanted to place a long from here, I know my risk to reward ratio exactly tells me what percentage I need to put in. Tells me I can lose 2.2% in 10%, etc. I use that quite often. Short position as well. I was trying to short it from here. Flips it for you as well. So you have your stop up here. It tells you your risk to reward, where you're gonna go. Also have that date range I use and price range I quite use often. That's it really, and you've got all these tools here that you don't really need. Yeah, so that's the whole section here that I use. On the top here, this is where you look for your different coins. The time frames that you use. For me, I like to use the 4 hour, the 15-minute, the 1 hour, and the 1 day, and then obviously 1 week, 1 month, etc. Here I use candles. Sometimes I use line, but mostly everything I use candles. Here where you find in all your indicators and strategies, so you can do moving average, EMA, super trend that I showed yesterday, anything. You can really use that. So many different indicators in here. Obviously some that you might use, some might not use, etc. Depends obviously what type of tools that you use. The high low, high low high, etc. Yeah, so it tells me where the high highs are, where the low highs are, low lows, etc. So that's just when we will use all the tools. I don't use that one for met for stocks. I don't use that. Indicator templates. The main one I use here is the MAX EXP ribbon. This one, you might have seen it times before. Main one I use. Yeah, so that's just a normal overview, obviously, the tools I use on TradingView. So on the right hand side here, you have the main two things I use here is the watch list and the alerts. Watch list, I'll show you what's on my watch list. Obviously, it's all BTC. Most of the coins that in the top 100, I look here. If you also wanted to add another coin, you click here. I think when you first use it, you have to delete everything that's on there and just keep it to crypto. You go to add symbol, and then you just type in any coin that's in your mind. So for me, I want to do Bitcoin. Obviously, I've added it here. It's X, but if you want to add another one, add to watch list. You go to the watch list the way you add it. Or some of these coins that I'm watching at the moment. And also you can customize this section here. So symbol, last, and change. You can put change in the number or volume or extended hours, but I like to just give it to the last and the change in percentage. It tells me what the price is, the last price is, and how much it changed in percentage, whether it's gone minus or plus. And then I can just play around with this and say, Waves is the only thing that's in plus at the moment. Everything else everything tells me what has lost the most price. For example, HBAR, Rune, HNT, etc. Yeah, so that's how I do my watch list. Feel free to play with this. Obviously, add as many coins that you want to monitor at the same time. And again, this is another tool that I use to monitor coins if I'm not using CoinMarketCap. Let me refresh that for you guys. I actually played around with this last night. Wait, loads. First page. Yeah, there you go. Another way that you can use this, but the reason why I use everything on my watch list here instead of here was I want to eliminate Tether, all these normal stable coins that have no impact on what I'm looking at. So I just want to give myself a more focused view here. But this, I can track prices where they are, etc. And the next one I use, and I think for this you need to use alerts, more than one alert. You need to upgrade your TradingView account. You can either do Pro or Pro Plus. I would recommend the premium one. I think Pro and Pro Plus. I have the Pro Plus account, and I was like, I can give you guys any referrals if you're thinking about upgrading your accounts. If you want to use more tools on TradingView, which I highly recommend. And this allows me just to draw different layouts, add more alerts, etc. So I have a couple of alerts set here. I'm just going to quickly delete them for you guys. Let me just delete that one. Yes. 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 So the way you add an alert, so when you're either swing trading, scalp trading, or spot trading, or leveraging, or whichever one that you're doing, for example, you literally go to the right here. So if I want to insert, right, say if I want to insert, let's say if I drop below this point here, this will be at a good short. So I'll put an alert here. That. So you can add an alert here, alert here, another one here, etc. And they all come up here as different alerts. And when they're here, it'll tell me that it's come up that it's here, and then we know where we're going to go from there. So, what else? So those are the alerts, and they're pretty simple. It's just tracking alerts. What coins are you looking for? Altcoins, BTC, etc. This tell you if those alerts have hit, and it will just give you a reminder on the screen saying prices hit this alert and they're active, and we know when to track it, etc. And the last one I actually wanted to do as well is basically with the enhanced version of Pro Plus. There you go. Give you an example. Look, we hit an alert on BTC USD. It came under 32846, and we've come under there. Was one of my alerts on support. Sorry, as I was saying, so with the Pro Plus, it allows you to create different layouts. On this second layout here is I want to show you guys a tool that I recently learned how to use in basically in comparing coins. Got another alert here. So basically, I'll cover this again in more depth, but I just wanted to show you quickly how I use this tool when looking at coins after something. If we dip and when we push higher, for example. So I use PTC Perp, which is the perpetual futures contract on Binance, because obviously Binance is my main exchange that I use. And then on this list, I click. I've added 9 coins at the moment: TRX, Uni, VET, Waves, XLM, XRPs, ZDC, and YFII. And on this list, and I'll show you obviously how I'll quickly hide that for you here. But what this allows me to do, it allows me to monitor coins against BTC and another comparison to see which coins, after we have dipped on a certain time frame, when we start. So for example, everything starts in this period, and I'll just highlight it for you now here. So every time when you drag a coin, all the coins start the same area, which is here. So you can drag this and move it, and then we have this different starting point. Depending obviously on the starting point that you want to have, you can just move it to where we dipped last. For example, say we dipped, let's say we dipped here, right? Then we dipped the 21st of June, for example. And this shows me which coin from the dip recovered the quickest and which took forever to recover again. The reason why we look at this, it shows me if we have another dip, for example, we know which coins recover fastest, so we can long those ones, or the ones that recover slowest, for example. And this allows me to know that TRX since the last dip had showed a big most strength at 19%, followed by Waves, VeChain, ZDC, Uni, etc. And obviously, how we do this, for example, we go to this button here, so we go plus and we compare, and then you can start typing any coin that you want to. So let's do Cardano. What other coin should we do? BNB, USDT. BNB, Dogecoin, what else should we do? Yeah. Ethereum. Don't select same as skills and new skill price and new pain, just do the default. Dot, OTC, Solana. Link. Alright, so if you don't want to see this mess here as well, you can just press this button here, which is the hide indicator. So yeah, you can hide that indicator here by pressing this button here, for example. And yeah, it's basically, and then as I said, so whatever period you want to start this on, whatever time frame you want to put this on, for example, you want to put that to 1 hour, get rid of volume. Yeah. Whatever period you want to put that on, whether it's in 1 hour, 15 minutes, 1 day, whichever time frame you look at that. Look at Doge in 1 day. Damn. Since February, it's been outperforming everything. 1 week, let's see that. Doge again, outperforming everything. 1 month. Doge outperforming everything. But obviously, guys, you get the idea now, so you can just move that to like 1 hour. What this basically tells me, from a certain point of period that you put here, whatever date you put there, all the coins start at the same level, have all the starting phase. Some coins dip harder. Look at that. Look at this. What's this one? BNB dipped the hardest. The best performer has been Waves. Waves I always talk about, followed by VET, Sol, Ethereum, Wi-Fi, Uni, etc. So this allows me, when you're comparing coins like this, it tells me which coins recover the quickest first, which coins take forever to recover, so you know what coins to be placing longs on, shorts on, etc. every time BTC dips. And yeah, so I hope you guys understood this comparison tool that I've used. I've started only recently using it now, so for me it's pretty much brand new, but it's a very useful tool for me. And like I said, Waves has been one of those coins that have done really well for me previously, followed by Sol as well, etc. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it was not too long, and obviously apologies for the notification that came up, and I had to pause the video once because it was just, I didn't want to keep popping up for you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you had fun using it, showing you how to use TradingView. And if you have any questions, do let me know.